Yeah, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here, and as you can see on screen right now, this here was my rank up game to diamond. I went from bronze to diamond in 4 or 5 days, really not that long. Pretty much exclusively with Hulk. I did play other characters. I played some Wolverine, a good amount of Punisher, um, some Doctor Strange, and then some Groot. But it was like 99% Hulk, and yeah, I'm just pretty happy with that. Pretty proud of myself. Had a pretty easy ride up. Obviously, I had my fair share of people disconnecting and stuff like that. But you can see level 22. We're at Diamond 3. That's in all modes. If we go to competitive, got 91 matches played, 50 wins. So that's like what a 60% win rate or something like that. Wasn't super high, but honestly, all the losses I had were pretty close. Even when we had DCs for the most part, the games were actually pretty close for the most part. Look at the stats, where you can see a lot of Hulk, a little bit of Groot, like 2 or 3 games of Mr. Doctor Strange, and I won 2 of the 3, so I guess I'm pretty good at them. But you can see matches played 49, wins 31 on Hulk. I won. That's about 60%, I think. Because 30 out of 50, I don't know. Can't be bothered to do math right now. Punisher, I kind of went Punisher whenever they had an annoying Iron Man that was playing far back enough, but I couldn't just jump him on Hulk. Groot was kind of my solo tank character. If I felt like if we were running triple supports, I pretty much just always went Groot. But honestly, that just didn't happen often. Not a lot of Groot played. I tried out a few other heroes. Like, my magic is atrocious. I can't believe I won when I played this game. I went like... It says I have 14 kills. I think I was 14 and like 10, and like the next highest test on my team was like 3. I just could not play her. One Spider-Man we lost one time. I tried out a few different characters, but I don't know. Hulk plays like a buffed Winston, which was super fun. I learned how to like juggle on him and stuff. You can see this is season 0. This is the all modes. This was when I couldn't really run the game with a stable frame rate. And then yeah, this season hopped on, played a bit. We got a comp. It's just domination with Bruce Banner right here. And let's go through the history, I guess. Can I see my whole history? No, there's a limit. You can see gold 3, just win, 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 win. Even the defeats, I'm going like 29-11, 17-6. Alright, I'm going 10-0 here. This was a bad game. Holy, 14-14 is probably my worst record. I don't even remember that game. Maybe we had a DC or something. But yeah, you can see straight from Plat 2, just win, 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 win. Absolute dominant performance. 28-0, 17-3, 19-7, 28-0, 19-1, 22-2, 31-5, 11-1. This one I had a lot of deaths. I'm assuming the ones with a lot of deaths is when I'm on DPS, because I play a very aggressive playstyle. And if you're not on tank, you don't get as much healing. Alright. But yeah, I guess let's go watch my rank up game. This was my rank up game. Probably should have done a live commentary in hindsight. You could see, like, by far the lowest level in the lobby other than E11222 DAA. Except unlike him, this is like my one and maybe this also his one and only account, but this is my one and only account. Let's go forward a bit. Can I go spectate? There we go. Yeah, at the start, I love this map because whenever you start off and you're falling down, you have like reduced gravity or whatever and you stay in the air longer. My entire team was just AFK during that though. Can I hide this thing on the bottom? Controls. Oh. Okay, the audio needs to catch up. That's interesting. Oh, battle's about to start, guys. But yeah, you can see awful dive to start, to be frank. I just wanted to kind of see what we were up to. I noticed this person in the back. Go in and try to get the job done. Unfortunately, they finish off my Iron Man, but I did finish the kill. I will say mechanically I'm still not that great, but you don't need great mechanics on a lot of characters. I mean, the roster of characters I played, I picked literally because they require like 0 mechanical anything. Like, Hulk is 99% just game sense and positioning, where you just kind of like have to know when to hop in and when to hop out. Which I have a vague idea from, because I played a lot of Overwatch pretty decent Winston. I did like an unranked GM on him where I basically got the GM. Didn't actually end up finishing that one because that's I think when they released Melga and it made it pretty much impossible to win for a little bit. But I was going to. I was on path to finish my Winston unranked the GM. And Hulk just feels like a more fun version of him. You can see, I noticed I just have a lot of health here, a lot of low health enemies. I saw someone else was going to go for that person. I honestly didn't even realize I killed that support. This guy walked out alone. He thinks he beats me here, and honestly, if he had just attacked, he would have. I would have had to back away. But because he didn't attack me, I knew I could just kind of chase him down. Yeah. But you start with a very dominant performance. I didn't die this game. It was overall just a very dominant performance, but I'm not really sure what else to say, you know? I'm giving the commentary that I can. Yeah, just back up. Whenever you take like a little too much damage or like nothing's really happening, I just like backing up to the team and then kind of looking around. I noticed this guy trying to flank, so I basically spent the next like 3 minutes just sitting on the side here, making sure he couldn't. I grabbed that health pack, missing 20 health so that he couldn't. Then I pretend to go the other way. My jump resets, unfortunately, but that means when he walks out here, I actually get to attack him even more. He's probably screaming for heals or something, but I also noticed his backline was completely free from there, which is why I walked forward and just kind of got his backline from there. Unfortunately, really late with the bubbles, but luckily the Magneto missed his shot on whoever he was trying to attack with his ult. And this was a little funny ring around the rosy, the support, where I completely fucked up my jump, but my team came to back me up, so I got the kill there. But yeah, I mean, this is basically what I did 90% of my games. The other like 10%, the like losses, was basically just hoping whoever was on, you know, on drugs would suddenly sober up, or whoever disconnected would rejoin the game. Because that's realistically a lot of my losses were just straight up someone AFKing in spawn, and I really don't know why. Sometimes people said like the game disconnected them and they got back and we won, but most of the time people literally just left and didn't come back after we lost like the first fight or two. It's like, dude, I've had so many games where I lose the first fight or two. Right here was really big. I noticed the Moon Knight ult. I was going to jump out, but when I turned around and saw the Moon Knight ult, I just kind of walked forward and they all walked back into it to get away from the big Hulk in front of them. But yeah, you notice like I just spend all of every game ignoring the DPS as long as they're not doing too much damage to me and just killing the supports or whoever the low health character is at the time. Still a bit sad I missed the clap on, I don't even know that guy's name, the guy with the 2 pistols in enemy team. I still don't know most of the names or abilities of 90% of the characters. I literally never cared to play support. It's just not a role I like in any video game. I like being the guy up front, just doing everything, you know, kind of leading my team to victory. And that's just not support. That's not what I do. But yeah, you can see I'm just like trying to harass this guy. Honestly, this was a misplay in hindsight. He was way too high for me to be able to do anything. Oh, whatever. I'm not taking any damage. They're not really putting any pressure on me. I just kind of walked at the tank here because I didn't even know where the enemy team was at this point. Someone got a random stun there. I finished the kill. This guy's low, but I saw my teammate was attacking him, so I decided to dive what I thought was the supports at the time. In retrospect, I don't know if those are supports. I think those are damage characters. So yeah, just dive the squishies repeatedly. If your team's got the main fight covered, your job is to find the people not involved in that fight and kill them. They can't touch you. If 2 supports start healing each other in front of you, that means they are not healing their teammates. It's just great. It's good stuff. But yeah, just lock in Hulk every single time. I'm assuming they had some thought process behind their character picks or whatever, but I really wasn't thinking much whenever I was playing Hulk. I was like, I'll play Hulk, and then if I get really annoyed by, you know, a triple DPS comp, which was pretty common, and actually really annoying to fight on Hulk, because what would happen is all 3 of them would turn around. What I would just do is swap to Punisher and start shooting at him as a fellow DPS, because realistically, that's what I found is the most effective way to deal with 3 DPS that were going unchecked. Because my Punisher's not awful. I mean, my aim isn't great, but it's good enough. My positioning, I think, is pretty fire on Punisher. I get a lot of shotgun kills, which I don't think is how you're supposed to use the character. But if you just position at some nice flanking off angles, you kind of can just shoot people with the shotgun and kill them really quickly. At least most of the time. But yeah, at this point I was a little bit more relaxed, playing a little bit more aggressive than I normally would. I understand in the first half that might have looked aggressive, but I normally actually played a lot more aggressive than that on the way up. Right here, I figured I'd help out Loki. I didn't know he actually didn't get the Hulk bubbles. I don't think he gets them at least. Either that or I messed it up, but I thought I pressed that around the right space for him to get it. You can see here, they're just making a lot of space. But yet again, everyone's fighting in main. I see the double pistol guy out on the side as a squishy, and I just jump him. You know, take him out, or attempt to take him out, which is enough for him to have to run away, and then his supports have to heal him. And now there's like 4 people looking at the one guy that I'm fighting. And me, I guess. So that means my team can just exist in main for free. Here I got really low. I meant to jump over the car, but I didn't look up high enough. If you didn't know, if you look up on Hulk and look down on Hulk, it affects your jump. Right here, I body block this guy. They pop some type of support ult. I jump back to kind of try to make him look at me and not my team. And then I notice someone way out of the support ult. So I was going to jump them, but I got really low. So then I jumped back. I think at some point in this game I noticed something like that, except they were out of the support ult and I wasn't low and I jumped them, but honestly I can't remember too much. I just kind of play everything in the moment. I jumped up here, distract this guy, and hope that he tries to shoot me, and I stayed under the bridge so that it'd be really hard to shoot. If I started taking damage I would have jumped out there, but I never really did. So I just kind of stayed under that bridge. You gotta stop, you know, this squirrel girl from taking off angles. I chased her down. Got her pretty low. Did I finish the kill? I didn't finish the kill. So the reasoning behind this is I've now pushed her far enough away that she can't really help with the fight, and I know I heard a ult going off near my team. I figured I'd help him out. And what that did separate Squirgo from everyone else. She basically did nothing, and then when she started to walk forward, her rocket died, and then I could focus in on her. This ult, normally you don't want to pop this, but I had noticed I had 0 deaths, and I thought it'd be kind of cool if my ranked up game had 0 deaths, so I decided to pop the ult literally just to live. In no circumstance is that a good ult to pop on Hulk. And it makes me kind of sad, because I learned a little bit about juggling on Hulk, and not really learned about juggling, but I learned that you could kind of hit people up with his ult and then jump to catch them in the air. And I do that sometimes, but I guess I just didn't have to this game. Because I never really had the ult, honestly, outside of that situation. You'll notice I'm just heavily always playing my health, always diving their backline, always looking at the squishies. I'm hitting their tank here with, like, you know, by hitting multiple people. And I always hit the tank if I don't know what else to do. But most of the time, you can see right there, like, I just ignore their tank, go on their squishies in the back. This guy went all the way back to spawn. I didn't finish the kill, because I didn't have my right click available, unfortunately. Yeah, and then I found Rocket yet again, but Rocket's really fucking slippery. You can never kill these fuckers. I actually managed to kill this one shockingly. I thought I remembered him getting away, because normally in that situation he does. You can see up here, I'm on their squishies. I am pretty low, but they're even lower, so I figured I could damage them a bit. Overall, still going pretty solid. I got most of my health back. I didn't get fully healed there. And then here, I tried to jump and get that guy, but I'm not aiming my jumps well. I'm aiming where he is and not where he's going to move to, which is my mistake. Then yeah, my team's dead, so there's no point fighting that. I just evacuate. Got to a support, and this guy was still chasing me, because I guess he was mad that I hadn't died yet. Which meant he was probably a free kill, except I guess I didn't manage to kill him. I bubbled, because he was the only one shooting me, and I knew I could live there. In other situations, you want to ult when you're that low, but just kind of some awareness from me that I wouldn't get shot, and that I could wait a second to bubble, and then pop ult. Just kind of solid cooldown management, got a solid right click, and yeah, I mean, that's just a deathless rank up game from Plat 1 to Diamond, whatever. It's a pretty fun time, pretty good character to be playing. I would show you, like, whatchamacallit. The loss I had was literally a disconnect if we go back like a few games. This one was a DC where... Oh no, this wasn't a DC, this was this guy. February 29. This player was so particularly bad that I couldn't move. You can see I just have 20k blocked and no damage done. I couldn't get out of spawn. I tried being Hulk, I tried being Groot. Nothing I did would work because this guy was just feeding off cooldown. Even though I died more than him. I died a lot trying to save him and trying to dive their backline, and then they would all just turn and fight me because there was no pressure from this guy up front. Yeah, that wasn't a great game, to be frank. But most of these games were just like, I don't know, I feel pretty dominant performances. Like, pretty good stuff all around. What's like a more... Is this like a normal defeat? Yeah, this one was a DC. This one was just a loss. I don't remember this game, but apparently it was just a loss. Unfortunate. You notice I still have a lot of the finals and stuff. I mean, that's the stat you really... If you're playing aggressive like I am, your important stats are minimal deaths and a lot of finals. In this game, highest finals by a mile, no deaths. It's just a fire stat line. Even in games where I'm losing, like... You can see in a lot of games I'm losing, I have like 20 deaths, that's a problem. Even if you're losing, that shouldn't happen. Right, this is like a decent loss, where I only had 4, and my teammate had 7. You can see that was a game where I had very low finals, and that's something you gotta work out. But on the whole, fun time up, fun time doing stuff. I'm gonna try and see if I can push GM. I just thought I'd make a video on being Diamond like 4 days later. You can see 2-9, 2-8, 2-7. All at like midnight, because that's just... I play this game from like midnight to 3, and then... Yeah, my sleep schedule's been fucked. I kind of wish I had the full stuff from Gold going down. Unfortunately, I don't think I have the games from there available anymore, but... Yeah, Diamond 3 in, I think, 4 days since I started playing, like, seriously more legit. Because I think February 5th is when I started, and today is February 9th, even though this won't come out till, like, March. Hope y'all enjoyed this, like, replay review thingamajigger. Maybe I'll use this in a bigger video on how to get good in video games quickly on my main channel, because I did follow a formula that I used to get good in damn near every multiplayer game. And if I do make that, I'll try to link in the description. No promises that I actually will. Main channel videos take a lot longer to make, and I don't know, I don't have a lot of time to make them, to be honest. But yeah, with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed for real. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.